Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Absolute proof that Caleb Plant, Demetrius Andrade, Callum Smith, and Billy Saunders only wants a payday against Saul Canelo Alvarez. These guys don't want to be great. They simply want the money. And let's just break it down honestly and unbiased as always. And we start off, with Canelo Alvarez is not facing a champion in the fall. And this is according to the Golden Boy president. And, he's stating that, Canelo's not facing a champion. It's hard to line up any of the champions at 168. These guys don't want to take the offers. And look, you see that Oscar De La Hoya has even come out and stated that, these fighters are pricing themselves out of an opportunity to face Canelo Alvarez. And that's surprising to me, because why would you price yourself out against a guy who's pound for pound number one, a guy who's, already a Hall of Fame level fighter, a multi-division world champion? This could be what leads you to stardom by simply facing Canelo Alvarez. These guys have to want more. And, these guys are not trying to be great. And Oscar De La Hoya also states a big problem has these fighters have been just pricing themselves out. Does money matter or does legacy matter? These guys aren't focused on legacy. They're focused on money. He goes on to say if you take that fight to Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena, it's going to be open to the public. We just don't know yet. And so, look, and that's the same thing. How do you know that they're even going to let you fight publicly or behind closed doors? We don't know yet. Even if they let you fight publicly, is it going to be at 25% capacity? That's not enough to give you a massive amount of money on the live gate. We got to be real about it. And he also states it's really not going to be enough people to generate the money that people are being paid out. It's a big problem. It's one of our big concerns. So people are asking for exorbitant amounts of money post-coronavirus, but they're not looking at the opportunity that's being presented, an opportunity to get in the ring with the guy that they say they've been wanting to fight. But have they really been wanting to fight him? Do they really want to be great? Do they really want this opportunity, or do they just want the payday? When you look at Canelo Alvarez's last two live gates, his previous live gate against Sergey Kovalev generated $8.2 million. The fight before that against Danny Jacobs generated $8.7 million. So when you look at it, Canelo Alvarez and Billy Joe Saunders, according to the fight that was going to happen in May, Saunders had agreed to be paid a purse of around $8 million. So if you look at the money that he's been paying guys and the live gate that he's been generating, he's pretty much giving the live gate to pay his opponents every single fight, because it's all around $8 million. So it makes perfect sense that you would need a live gate to be able to give these guys these massive amounts of money. And look, even Eddie Hearn has chimed in and basically stated that the only way Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, happens on the zone is they'll need a pay-per-view. These guys need the extra money. After coronavirus, all of these businesses are struggling, from the PBC, Top Rank, and the zone. All of these guys need the cash infusion to be able to pay these guys. It's simple as that. If you want these massive paydays, you need to put it on pay-per-view, or guys need to be willing to take less. Let's just be real about it. And we're going to break into Billy Joe Saunders first. Billy Joe Saunders is absolutely only about a payday, not about legacy. Never wanted to fight Canelo, simply only wanted the money. And we know this why? Based on his own statement. He exposed himself like the moron that he is. Billy Joe Saunders has declared, according to Michael Benson, that he won't fight Canelo Alvarez in September as he wouldn't be ready. And his exact quote is, considering Canelo Alvarez is getting paid $35 million, they come to me for a pay cut in September. They want to get a short-term notice and a pay cut. Why not him take a pay cut? How is it a short-term notice when everybody's working and fighting under the same condition? So it's not Canelo Alvarez's fault that you're not a disciplined fighter staying focused and true to your craft during coronavirus, because Canelo Alvarez is. We're still a few months out from that. So what have you been doing these prior months? Canelo's been in the gym. Canelo's been working. And why would Canelo take a pay cut? It doesn't make sense. This is, guys, the face of boxing. Who is Billy Joe Saunders again? Who have you beat? What elite fighters? What pay-per-views have you headlined? These guys are pricing themselves out. At the end of the day, Billy Joe Saunders is overvaluing himself. He's trying to sell his belt to Canelo Alvarez. And then let's get on Demetrius Boo Boo Resume Andrade. And Boo Boo Resume Andrade basically comes out and, he openly states, I'm not fighting Canelo Alvarez Jamal Charlo or Billy Joe Saunders behind closed doors. Why is he not fighting these guys behind closed doors? Because he understands the purses for those fights will be exorbitantly low, and he don't want to take a loss or risk or anything like that. A guy who has nobody on his resume, he don't want to take any chance on losing if he doesn't get a massive payday. It's all about money. So he better not ever complain about not getting the Canelo fight. And this is your boogeyman? This is your king? That makes no sense. That's garbage truck juice. And then you look at a guy like Callum, who have I fought Smith. Callum, Smith, it basically comes out and states that Canelo Alvarez never wanted to fight him. He did make a good offer to Callum Smith. So a career high payday is not a good offer. And then you see that, Callum Smith's coach came out. If Canelo wants to fight, he should make a serious offer to Callum Smith. So a career high payday is not a serious offer. And this is how Callum Smith exposes himself even further. According to Steve Kim and ESPN, he comes out and states that Callum Smith originally asked for $10 million. This is a guy who's virtually unknown on the worldwide boxing stage outside of his own country. So Callum Smith, you think you're going to move the needle for the zone? You think you're going to make subscribers want to subscribe? You think that you turn the Canelo fight into a mega fight? No, you don't. You simply a guy with a belt who arguably lost to John Ryder. At the end of the day, we got to be honest and unbiased. This guy priced himself out because if he's going to face Canelo, if he's going to take a loss, he wants to be paid massively. And then let's get to Caleb Vanilla Ice Plant. Now, Caleb Vanilla Ice Plant comes out and, he say, look, Canelo Alvarez is a fight I would love to have now. And this is after he's already turned down an opportunity to face Canelo Alvarez. But you see his own contradictions in the article. He first comes out and states that, hey, these guys never even made an actual financial offer to him. And we didn't price ourselves out. And I think that's an odd question. So you didn't price yourselves out. They never made a financial offer. Then what did you reject, stupid? You rejected something. So what did you reject? Because you came in and said, I'm not fighting Canelo. So what did you reject? You rejected an offer. Only a moron would believe Caleb Plant. And this is how he, mixes up his words. He states this also in the same article. I'm no up-and-comer or prospect or contender. I've solidified myself as one of the very, very tops in my weight class. I don't have to jump on any unreasonable offer that's thrown to me. First of all, you've beat literally nobody. You beat nobody. You've beaten the who's who of tomato cans, the who's who of Uber drivers. And you're talking about you don't have to jump on any offer, so you don't want to be great. It's obviously all about the money. At first you say there was no offer. Now you won't take an unreasonable offer. First of all, career high payday is not unreasonable. Let's be honest and unbiased. These guys simply don't want to fight the best. They don't want to be great fighters. They simply only want the Canelo Alvarez payday before they get knocked out. But once again, unbiased as always, it's the IBFP.